Welcome to another vlog, guys. It is a Saturday here. I'm on the Gold Coast, well, on the way down to the Gold Coast. I'm taking the kiddies swimming, well, not swimming, to like a water park. I'm going to get you guys up to date on the news of the council, but first I'm going to get this Raptor clean because it is like stupid dirty, covered in rubber, covered in mud.
I drew on my door.
And somebody's been drawing in the dirt on the door. So yeah, we're gonna get the car clean and get off to this water park. Got it? Right, keep going. Pardon? Can you guys smell the ocean? Alright guys, let's get you guys up to speed on exactly what is going on council wise. So I did have a meeting with them on Friday morning, early morning. I think one of the ladies I met with was a deputy mayor, and then two other people that were quite high up within the council as well. And look guys, it's looking good. I don't want to get our hopes up. I'm definitely going grayer every day while this is going on. But what they have said, which is extremely positive, is the January 29 deadline is going to be taken away. And they're going to allow the Speedway to put in the correct paperwork, well, the paperwork that's needed just to make this right. I don't know, the lady at the council seemed pretty confident that the drift park is going to be able to stay. So we are really, you know, fingers crossed. But what that does mean is January, Australia Day isn't going to be our final event yet, guys. So we've sort of been given like a little bit of, you know, some extra time, I guess. It really just comes down to time. Things could change. Like if in that time, you know, the council and the Speedway, you know, turn around and then for some reason, whatever, it can't be approved, you know, then obviously, you know, we'll still be getting closed down. I wouldn't expect it would hopefully not be January 29th, being that they would then have to give us sort of warning again. So I guess at a bare minimum we've bought ourselves a couple of months, but the obvious hope is that this time will give the Speedway and the council time to get a resolution in place, and then we'll be able to continue our hire of the venue and be able to continue to run drift events. So yeah, moving forward, guys, I wouldn't necessarily say stop sending those emails because we really do want the mayor to be aware. I got to be honest though, if people can chill out on the abusive stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard. Like, obviously the guy did the wrong thing, in my opinion and a lot of people's opinion, by being quite sly about it, but I feel like he will obviously be reprimanded for that. You know, what he did was wrong. The council can't lie just like we can't lie, so I'm sure, you know, that'll be an issue that sort of sorts itself out, you know, outside of, you know, anything, you know, any of the public would do. You know, I'm sure, you know, lying to, you know, ratepayers and doing the wrong thing is obviously never going to sit well with anybody. And within the ranks, I'm sure there'll be repercussions, you know, because it's not right. But moving forward, Brisbane City Council had to sit down with the Speedway on Wednesday. That was reasonably positive from, you know, the Speedway's point of view and the council's point of view. And then obviously I had to sit down as well on the Friday morning and, you know, walked out of there positive. I think the only real negative that day was it cost me $50 to park for an hour and a half in Brisbane City. So I don't know, maybe that's why they're so passionate about parking. Jesus, that's like wild, isn't it? $50, and that wasn't like you know, that was like, I parked my car myself. It wasn't valet parking, $50 for an hour and a half. So, guys, what can I say? Thank you so much for helping, you know what I mean? Like those emails, and, you know, people say petitions don't work, but I tell you what, the petition definitely works. You know, like, there's something to be said. Like, obviously a petition on its own isn't going to do anything, but a petition to make someone aware of how important, how big something is, the fact that, you know, everyone went on there and signed, shows how passionate of a community we've got in the drifting world, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people, you know, I do see people within the car community sort of whinge about various things. Oh, the community is no good, blah, blah, but like, when it comes to something like this, everybody gets together, works together towards a common goal, and, you know, here we are with a potential positive result for Queensland and Australia in general. You know, I firmly believe every city needs an Archfield drift park. You know, it's close to the city, it's fully accessible for everybody. We make it as cheap as possible. Like, it's super freaking cheap. I think Victoria just recently had a big price drop, and their drift days went from $300 and something to $250 something. So, yeah. For a day of drifting, and in comparison, a full day at Archie, like a Sunday session, is like $120 or $130. So it is super cheap to be able to drift, and that's what I want, because I'm a drifter. I think that the drifters should pay less and the spectators should pay a little bit more, where when I took over the drift park, it was $5 to watch and it was more expensive to drive, and I was like, that doesn't really make sense, because the drivers are the ones that are putting on the show, you know what I mean? So I upped the price for spectators and then dropped the price for drivers, which to me as a drifter totally makes more sense. And I think at the end of the day, from a spectator's point of view, you've got to understand that, yeah, you're paying that little bit extra, but because you're paying extra as a spectator, more drivers are coming. So that's something that you really can't ignore. You know, you got to understand that, yeah, you're paying that little bit more, but because the drivers are paying less, more drivers come, and therefore you have more to watch, and your value is better. So yeah, our fingers are firmly crossed, guys. My eggs aren't all in that basket though. I'm still obviously, you know, at the end of the day, the speedway is always sort of not up in the air, but I know the owners of the land are getting quite old, and it is a concern that when they, you know, when or if, well, not if, when the owners of the land pass away, that their kids may sell the land because they're not actually into speedway as such. So, you know, we obviously need to look into a permanent solution as far as drifting in Brisbane. We do have Queensland Raceway. QR is still fun to go to, but it is only sort of twice a month, and it is still a racetrack that allows drifting. It's totally different to, you know, a drift layout is more technical, like Archie. Ideally, I would love to build a track, obviously bigger than Archie, but I don't feel like drifting doesn't need a track as big as Queensland Raceway either. You know, as much as I enjoy a nice 200k an hour entry, we don't need that on a drift track necessarily. So I basically would love to build something somewhere in between, like Archie and Queensland Raceway, size-wise, that's like nice and technical, but then you can get some good high-speed stuff as well. So that is something I would absolutely love to do in the future, and something that isn't, I guess, is more so 100% ours and not you know, us you know, renting or more so hiring the space. So that is the idea moving forward. And, you know, obviously if we had a venue like that, we had a space like that, you know, we would be able to do some crazy stuff. You know, we'd be able to make the track amazing. I'd be able to comfortably spend money on the place without concern of losing everything I put in, sort of thing. So I'm sure at this point a lot of people that sort of I guess when I did when I had issues with the track last year or early this year with the track getting flooded and damaged, and like I could have fixed the track quite cheap, you know what I mean? I could have fixed the track for like $20,000 and we could have just continued to drift Archie sort of like it was. But I put it to the people and asked, you know, how sick would it be to put a bank in, like banked corner, do it out of concrete so we don't have any issues with flooding ever again. There won't be puddles, obviously, because the track would be banked. And somebody started a GoFundMe for us, and I copped a lot of slack for the GoFundMe, and, you know, people basically saying it's your business, you should pay for it, blah, blah. But I think, you know, this is the situation that I was terrified about. You know, that the GoFundMe ended up getting about $13,000, so that contributed, absolutely contributed, and I thank everybody that did donate because it really did help. But I still ended up putting just shy of $90,000 of our own money in, like business money and personal money. I actually sold my dream car to get the bank built. And, you know, obviously COVID hit immediately after, so we were closed for months. And then obviously this happening right now. Trust me, I was not this grey a month ago. So, you know, that part of life is freaking stressful, because you go from a place, you know, I spent that money, you know what I mean? And if it got closed down, I haven't even made a fraction of that back. In you know, actual pay, I haven't even paid myself back for the money I loaned the business personally. So it's like, that for me was terrifying, and the big reason I'm you know, scared to spend money at Archie. You know, it is always going to be a concern. Like, I'm spending money on someone else's venue at the end of the day. So that's where that concern comes from, and I just sort of wanted to address it, and, you know, hope you guys sort of understand that. And, you know, if you do see someone talking shit about a GoFundMe that I did, you know, that, well, I didn't even do it, somebody else did it nearly a year ago now, it's like, you understand there was sort of a need for that, to show if the drivers really want it. And at the end of the day, I didn't have to do it, you know what I mean? We could have continued to just run Archie like it was, and it was still fun and everything, but anybody that's been to the track now can appreciate how much better that bank has made the track. It's seriously, I can't get enough of it. I drift it all the time, and I still can't get enough of sending the car into that bank at speed, guys. So yeah, like I said, moving forward, I'm just going to have a really good day out with the kids today. Nothing too car related. We are going to go see Luke Irwin in a second though, down on the Gold Coast with my friends at JPP, Japanese Parts and Performance, to try and work out what's going wrong with Luke's car, because he sort of messed it up the other night. So we'll head there, see him, say hi to Dave from JPP, and then I get these munchkins off to a water park, because it is freaking hot. It's 30 degrees today on the Gold Coast. It is overcast. Get some sunscreen on the kids and have a good day. So I just, you know, I'm gonna go see Luke now and then hang out with the kids. I will chuck that in the vlog, but, you know, that's where we are as far as it goes now, guys. Just to reiterate, we will not be closing January 29th. I'll put an announcement up formally on the Archie page after this video, but January 29th will not be our cutoff now. That's being lifted, and we can continue until council and speedway reach a full resolution. So basically, they're giving us time to plead our case, to hand in DAs or anything else like paperwork that needs to be done. Then obviously council needs time to approve it or get it amended. Either way, it'll go back and forth, you know. So I think, you know, I'm being positive. You know, I hope this is enough, and I hope we're going to stay. But, you know, even at a bare minimum, we potentially have bought a couple of months of more Archie. So I can't thank you guys again enough for supporting the, you know, signing the petition, sharing the petition, sending the emails. The guys that made the automatic email thing, just sorry, I apologize, I can't remember your name off the top of my head, but, you know, someone made up that automatic email thing. Just all of that stuff, guys, helps so much, and I thank you so much. And like I said, if you can sort of try not to try, please guys, don't go abusing the council or anything. They are working with us, which is positive, and I think, you know, we can appreciate that the people higher up understand, and they're going to try and help us move forward with this. So let's go catch up with Luke Irwin, find out what's going on with this 180, CJPP, pick up some, I got to pick up my diffs while I'm here. So I got 2 new diffs for the S13. I got an S13 update coming very, very soon, guys. I just had some parts arrive. We'll probably open them in tomorrow's vlog. And yeah, all right, see you in a sec. Look at her, she's so clean. Right, got the Irwins here. That's a good thing or a bad thing, mate. So we're here at Japanese Parts Performance and boats now, because they're doing a deal on a boat at the moment. But it looks like we'll be able to get a bunch of the bits to get Luke's car sorted out. From a cosmetic point of view, I'm so glad that he hasn't broken Type X light yet. He's keeping that intact. But we're going to get him a new Rio. We're going to get him a new rear bar. We're going to have to get some white tape and do something with this before he loses it completely. And we're going to get him another door while we're here as well, I think, to get this thing looking at least a bit better again. Need to do... What's... What is this?
That's a... Hold on, wait. What we're going for the whole upside down Christmas tree look. Oh no, maybe it's Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah.
Illuminati confirmed.
Was that the shape of a thing and someone's been...
Yeah, I don't want to be rude, but it does look like something else.
It looks like that, doesn't it? Yeah.
What's it look like?
Map of Tassie.
What the fuck are you been seeing around, eh? Can we just fix this thing? Like, can we fix it all? It's all fucked.
We'll just bend it all out. No, see, we'll get the car going so you can drift tomorrow at Archy.
Yeah.
And then Monday, you just dump it back on Dave.
Oh, for more
Just
work.
Dump it on Dave.
And just say, yo, we
Fix
need...
it.
What
Fix
do we
it.
need? Just
Yeah.
fix.
Just be like, JPP.
Well, it's an SR20, so
Fix
it might
it.
need a bit of a fix.
What'd you
but
do?
What, all the time?
What the fuck is that?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, you've been touching wax.
No, that's good.
Alright, so we have got the green light. I have to tell you guys what's been happening, because I was going to keep it secret for you, but let the cat out of the bag. Unfortunately, Luke thought it was an E85 car. When he picked it up, you were just freaking excited. Even the seller...
Well, you're Luke.
So even the seller said that he was just super excited, just wanted to get the car in the trailer and go, which you did. You just pretty much threw the cash at him.
That sounds like me.
Car straight on the trailer, let's get out of here, back on the Gold Coast via Mexico for a couple street skiddos.
Oh, wait, I've got a call.
Got a call.
Hello? We might be doing more car shopping today
Yeah.
if the fucking thing's blown up.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's basically been putting the 85 in it, and that's why it's been getting so hot, because if you remember, guys, he's having temperature issues with the cars, getting really hot really fast, and I was concerned about that. All right, yeah, and he's sort of, yeah, been chucking 85 in. Obviously, any of you guys that know 85 know that you need heaps of 85 for 85 to run well. So basically, Luke's done 2 events now, been getting the car hot, leaning it out, and we're really hoping he's just melted some wires and hopefully maybe a plug. That's what we're hoping for more than anything, is a melted plug. If that's the case, we'll just be able to get the plugs on it, fix the wiring. We're going to buy some new parts while we're here for him and get him going again. He'll be able to drift tomorrow and move forward with the 180. We're just hoping like hell he hasn't killed it, guys. If he has, apparently we're going car shopping today. So I really want him to get a 350Z and get seat time. But he's kind of got plenty of money, so he really wants to buy a big powerful car, which I'm trying to talk him out of. So we'll get it off now and find out what's going on. Is it a Volkswagen Bug?
Nah, this is a... Dude, this is a fucking something with no power steering, bro.
Oh. Alright, so it turns out it's luckily something to do with the wiring. So we've done some diagnosis, and basically it's blown out the dump pipe gasket, the turbo gasket, but when it blew this out, we were sort of telling him not to drive, but then when you look down here, it has melted everything. So luckily though, the engine itself seems to be absolutely fine. We compression tested it, still got 150 PSI on the cylinder that wasn't working. We just don't have spark to that cylinder. So we are searching for another loom. If we can't find another loom, Dave is gonna have a bit of a crack at finding where the damage in the loom is and potentially fixing it. If he can't fix it, My next go-to will be Japalek, and you know, if Japalek can't fix it, then it can't be fixed in my opinion, so we just got to convince him to do it before Sunday, so I don't think that'll be too hard. He loves money. So we're going to push forward. They're going to do the dump pipe and turbo gasket here at JPP. Also going to fix the power steering because of the power steering leak. It looks like just a loose fitting, so that's going to get fixed. And yeah, hopefully the loom here, with any luck, it'll all get fixed here at JPP, and it'll make the rest of our day easy. And just a little bit expensive for Luke, basically. But the car will be fixed at that point. We'll put the right fuel in it. We'll put a gut full of 98 in it instead of E85. We're also going to pick up a new rear bar for him while we're here. Dave hopefully has a rear Rio, so we'll be able to put a new rear Rio on it. Probably straighten his exhaust out a little bit as well. And yeah, just getting stuck into it and get it done, I guess. And now that it has the right fuel in it, it shouldn't get hot anymore like it was. And it should run a lot better. It'll have more power. It'll probably be more responsive. It'll just all around be a better car, which I'm pretty excited about because it was quite good to drive as it was. So, okay, so we may have another result here as well with the car. Found out it's not a Type X. It's not a factory Type X. It's a 93, which means we don't need a Type X loom, which means Dave might have a loom in stock and be able to get this changed over and get this car running. So that is a freaking win and a half. It's sort of like a win and a, you know, you obviously paid 31 grand for a 180 that's a 93, not an actual Type X. So that's probably a bit more than you'd want to pay, but it is a real spicy car and it is a fairly well sorted car. But the win is obviously if he can chuck this other loom in and the car will be fine. So with any hope, they're swapping that loom over now. If that works, the car fires up, it'll be on 4 cylinders again. All it needs to do is put the right fuel in, tighten up that power steering line, and Luke will be ready to go for drifting tomorrow. Yeah, so things are positive. I like positive. Positive is good, guys. I feel like I need to do some like positive vibe shirts or something like that, because that needs to be my new motto. I am a positive person, so you know, positive vibes all the way. Looks like Luke's 180's almost ready to go. The wiring stuff got sorted out. By the looks of it, turbo gasket, dump pipe was a bit warped, yeah? Bit fucked.
Yeah, very warped.
Yeah, something to do with it getting real bloody hot. But luckily the the exhaust manifold itself isn't cracked or warped, which is a plus, considering Lockie went and fixed the exhaust. What else? What else? I'm just saying, we're nearly ready to go.
Oh, let's go.
He's literally got to plug in the ECU pretty much now, and then it's like a moment of truth sort of thing.
You know what else we need to do?
What?
We need to take the E85 out of it.
No, it'll still run for now though.
I don't even want to fucking risk it being in there.
No, so it can idle and stuff, yeah?
Alright.
Don't thrash it with the E85 still in it.
What if it just catches on fire just straight away?
No, it's not that volatile.
I want to put like a barbecue plate on there.
Go grab the door for him. It keeps fucking closing.
Oh my god.
Go, Dave. Go, Dave. Go. That's 4 cylinders, bro.
Go, boys.
In. Dave. Okay, don't fret, it's all good. It did drop back onto 3 cylinders for a little bit there. What it turns out is we've just got a little bit of a dodgy plug. So when we twisted it the right way, it went back onto 4 cylinders, so everything's still okay. We were shitting ourselves a little bit for a sec there. Yeah, I was. You were just sitting there going, yeah, nah.
It sounds good.
No, this is all it is. This is simple, easy, good.
Really?
Yeah, easy fix. All right, so we are back in our area. We've got the street party underway. We've got the elderly over here. Yeah, so we're gonna head down the street now, have a good night with our new neighbours. It's good times. Tonight was a good night, honey.
Yeah, I'm trash.
Tonight was a good night. We had fun with friends. We had fun with everybody in our street. We had our neighbour over. You saw my Instagram story. You would have saw his story with the knives. Had these guys over. It was just an overall fantastic night. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Jump to my website, lukefink.com. Check it out. Grab some merch if you want to support the channel. Otherwise, peace out, guys. Stay positive, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes,